Hi, everybody. It's time for a few moments with Celeste today. Come on in. Come on in. Say hi. We're going to do a few things here today on some projects that we started on a couple of lives just a couple of lives ago. So we'll see what we can do to get those all completed today. So when you come in, say hi, let me know you're here. I would deeply appreciate it. I'm just saying. It's been a little chilly in Omaha the last couple of days. I haven't been outside today, but I came in here into my little studio, and oh my gosh, it was so cold. I had to turn. I have my space heater on, so I'm hoping it isn't this cold outside. You never know, right? So just sit here and wait a couple minutes, allow some people to join us, and then we'll get her going. I see one little set of eyeballs up there. Oh, I see 4 eyeballs. There we go. There we go. Hi, Patsy. How are you doing, my friend? Are you feeling better than you had been? I sure hope so. It's been nice to see you, doing a couple of lives this last week, and I hope you're getting over your problem you had with that crazy old foot. My goodness. And there's Jeanette, my friend. How are you, Jeanette? And there's Hippie Chick Crafts by Lou. Hi, Lou. Good to see everybody. Good to see everybody. So, yeah, today I'm going to finish up the signature that I had started on Sunday, early Sunday afternoon, when we were working on our friendship journey, journals on a journey, friendship journals on a journey, and I was working on Ms. Lisa Boone's and didn't quite get done with it, so we're going to hopefully get this finished up today. And then if we have time, we'll move over and do some little tiny last minute touches to the little vintage paper doll folio, and see where we go from there. And then I'm excited because my next journal I am going to work on, I may end up just doing it as a video and putting it up there for all of you to kind of see it in a little fast motion, how it goes. But it's going to be featuring this little cover, and it's going to have some rings in it. And this was something that I picked up yesterday at my new scrapbook job, and they asked me if I would put something together so they gave me the materials there to just put on display in their shop. So I'm excited to get that one done too. In fact, I came home last night and I was so tired. I worked an 8-hour shift yesterday, which is the first time I have worked an 8-hour shift in a job for going on 3 years. Yeah, I forgot what that was like. So, but I had so much fun. So, hi Angie, how are you, my sweet friend? Good to see all of you guys today. I'm not in an event today, so we don't have anybody to stream us in. We're just going to do our own little flow today. So I think we'll go ahead and get started here. This was the signature that I had started on Sunday for Lisa Boone's designs for her piece that's going in the wonderful journal that is being made for her. And I didn't get it done, so I thought today we'll just go ahead and start her up and get it finished. So the cover of my little signature is this black printed writing on craft paper, And, you know, we know that Dina, Lisa, get them all mixed up. Lisa likes her blacks and her pinks and her golds and her cream colors. So that's what I kind of have gone with in this piece. So what I had pulled out to just put on here on the first piece of the puzzle is I've got this little piece of black lace. And I'm just going to glue this on here. And we're going to put this on. And it's going to be the background. Just a little card that I'll show you in a minute. So I'm going to smooth this out. I need to get one of those little brushes everybody's starting to use now to spread their glue. And got that right on there, Joe. Oh, perfect, perfect. Got that there. And I'll bring a little tail of it down here. So that just kind of is going to make a swatch, and let me get you down here. Just makes a little swatch of lace, and that glue does dry behind there, as we all know. So let's, hi Cheryl and Estella. Glad to have you ladies with me today. And then I made this little card. I had this little sticker. It wasn't a sticker, it's a little card. And it says, reward of merit presented to, and it says, for diligence and good behavior. And it's the instructor. So since this is my signature to Lisa, I filled it out giving this little certificate to Lisa. And the instructor is Moments with Celeste, and it's got the two little vintage girls on there. I backed it with a little coffee paper, and then I put this full piece of trim on there that was going to be something else, but I'm just going to use it for this. So I thought that'd be cute to put that right here on the front. So let's try to get it glued in. I will use my stinky glue here for this. Let me go ahead though and grunge up the edge a little bit. And I thought that was just a cute little piece of ephemera that I found in my box. And come over here. Hi Daryl, and there's Sue. Hi Sue, how are you? I love this cover too. I am more than a little tired today, Sue. I was saying, working hours like you're a kid again. Yeah. I don't know how we ever did it, because, you know, before I retired, when I was doing a lot of my positions, I put in at least 50 hours a week. I don't know how on God's green earth I used to do that. I was just nuts. I was just nuts. I'm just telling you. Now I know. No more 50-hour-a-week jobs for this lady, I'll tell you. And then some of them, especially when I was director of the senior living, oh my gosh, you'd have people that would call out for the overnight shift, of course, and then nobody would want to pick it up, and I'd have to get myself, I'd be in bed, I'd have to get myself dressed again, having just got home at about 7 o'clock. And go back and do an all-nighter. No, no, no. Those days are done. Okay, so we've done that on there. Then I found these little, it was a card that had these letters on it like this. So I thought it'd be kind of fun to take this, let me pull these out, to take this one. And I'm just going to, let me straighten it up a little bit. I'm going to take, and we're going to put 2026 down the line here, so that she'll always remember that this one is when this was made. So, yeah, it wasn't so that bad when I got into the marketing piece and became the marketing person for a community, 2 communities, because there, you know, I'd have to go in sometimes, and I would work let's see, make sure I get this right here. 2:26. And I would work, you know, I have to go maybe on a Saturday to do an hour tour every so often. But I was in charge of my own schedule. And so, you know, I always tried to schedule things to where it didn't interfere with my own personal family life. But I know that there were also emergency times where people are out looking for a place that they need a quick placement because maybe mom or dad's getting discharged on Monday and they haven't found a place. So I was always happy to go in and help those families with those type of things. Okay, so I'm going to put 26 down here. And we're going to bring it down. And I remember there were a couple times that I had, when I was a director, that I had somebody pass away, and it was not a requirement that the director had to come in when that happened, because the nurse would take care of it. But I always felt I needed to show my support to the family during that time. So there were a couple times I had, you know, some late night or overnighters, and they would call me and say, you know, they always had to call and let me know, regardless of whether I was going to come in or not. I always had to be the first call, besides, you know, once a person was pronounced dead. And then they would call the family. But I always felt that, you know, I know how I felt when my mom went through things and how much I appreciated those extra touches of people coming in. So that's what I did. So there's that. Then up here, I'm going to put, now I know this isn't all vintagey, but I don't know if I'm going to use this, but because she does like the gold, I don't know that I'll use this gold on this front piece or not, but let's try it, shall we? I can find where it ended. I bet you my husband did this. Wrap this one up for me, and he does such a good job with wrapping stuff. Yeah, there we go. Yep, oh my gosh, he sure did. So I don't know if I'll put a piece up here because she does like the gold, but I think it might add a little bit of her vibe there. So what do you guys think? Should I go ahead and add that little piece like up here on that? What do you think? I'm going to let you vote today. Yes or no? Yes or no? Hi, Martha. Hi, Christy. And there's Lori. Hi, Lori from Creative Journals. And you all on here. If you're not following one of these sweet people, any of them, you get in there and do that because they are all awesome. I follow all of them because I think they're so great. So what do you think? Yes or no? To just on this one page, this will be the cover, just to add right there, to add a little bit of the gold touch that she likes. I know where I'm leaning, but I want to see where you're leaning. Where are you leaning? Are you all on here? Yes or no? Oh, Lori, you're just so sweet. Such a sweetie pie. My Lori's not on here today, but, you know, she's probably napping. Yes, try down side on lace. Oh, yes, good idea. So if I do a little piece, because there's all this blank up here, that will be very pretty. Thank you, Patsy. So let's do that first. And I'll do a thinner strip, I think, and then maybe come over on the top. Let's just see. Hi, Amy. How's my Amy friend today? I hope you're good. Okay, so if I use the full one, go like that and do it there. That would be very pretty. I am concerned about this big empty spot up here, but maybe I could add, hi Diane Ham, how are you? I could add a little piece of my ephemera, some trim here, so let's just see what that looks like. Or I could take this and I can thin it down. Let's try this. Let's just give it a try because I've got plenty of this, you know. Plenty of it. So, let's see here. So, hi Jan. How are you? Come on in. Welcome. Pull up a chair and enjoy a few moments here on Moments with Celeste today. We're just doing some pretty, touching up on some vintage journal. And let's see if I put the thinner strip here. And we can move that over there a little. I'm thinking maybe that'll give it a little bling there, and then I'll go up here and do a little bit up here. Yeah, I think that's what I'll do, and then I might come down, I don't know there, but I'm definitely going to put it up here. That'll kill some of that dead space that's up there. All right, isn't it so pretty? I just love doing these things, as you all know. I bet you get sick and tired sometimes of seeing me do all these little pretties, but boy, I sure appreciate that you support me. It means more than you guys ever can know. It means so much. But I love it. I love having, you know, I'll sit here and do some other crafting or maybe do some organizing of papers and things, and I'll turn on all you different crafters and I'll put my notepad right up here on the table so it's got the big picture and I see what's going on and can hear what's going on. It's just a lot of fun. One thing that I really love about my job is that it has the open crops where ladies and gentlemen, yesterday we had 2 gentlemen that came in. It was kind of fun to see that are making, one was making a sports journal. He was doing his with all the things from our recently retiring Creighton Blue Jay basketball coach, Greg McDermott. And he had kept, for over the years, he's kept all the newspaper articles and things, and he was making that up yesterday. So that was fun. But, you know, just being able to get a visit with people, they ask your thoughts and ideas and suggestions like I do with you guys. And then, you know, of course, they say, do you guys have any of this stuff? What would this look like on here? So, you know, I'm in my element. You know I am. And it's fun. Okay, now I'm not going to put a piece down here at the bottom, I don't think. Oh, thank you so much, Lori. So if I do, it'll go right about here, but I'm not ready to commit to that yet. Because, you know, I have to commit. Now, I might commit to putting a little jewel or something up here on the front. So let's see here what we've got. We've got my little journal blingy thingies. All the things that, you know, we like to collect. And let's see what we got here. Now this might be a good spot, because you know how I've been wanting to find a spot for my, I think this will be it, for my gold mesh vintage antique bow. This might be a good spot to put this, right up in here. And I think I love it there. And then that fills that up. So that is what I'm going to do there. So let's see how we can get this glued on. This was made, I want to show you this real close. I don't want to get so close you can't see it, but can you see that? So that was one of those. Does anybody know what that type of mesh wire was called? See, they did it like a real bow. Isn't that awesome? I picked this up when I was up in Minnesota. Anybody know what they call that mesh? I know there's a name for it. It's really hard, and it's the old color gold, you know, kind of brassy gold almost. Okay, I'm going to put some hot glue just to give it here quick. Okay, let's put that about right there. Press it down. Oh, thanks everybody. Thank you, Angie. I'm glad that you come in. I just love all of you. You know, the time you take out of your days to spend with me is just beyond comprehension sometimes. And so I just appreciate it so much. Okay, and then on this piece here, I'm going to leave this jewel here, but I have, and I'm not sure I want to put this on here, but these are those really pretty flowers. And I might take and put one up here. And then I got to see if I maybe want to center another one up here. So let me trim these off. These are ribbon. Are these not so cool though? Look at that. So it's on a ribbon, and that's how they mounted it. Okay, I've got this one here. Let's just see. I don't want it. Well, hi, Joanne. Welcome in, my sweet friend from Florida. I don't want to have it be too much, because you know, that's what I always worry about, is too much. So I've got that, and then we have, let's see, I do have another little piece of black that maybe I can put as a background up here and do a white flower on it. And we'll put it over here in the corner. Let's just see. Because I know she really likes the black, and then that flower is a creamy, kind of a creamy white. If I did something like put this down here in that spot, and then come up and do one of my little clustery thingy majiggers up here towards this top corner, and then put this littler. Gotta think it through. Chain mesh, that is it, Jan. Thank you so much. That's exactly what it was. Yep, I could not for the life of me remember. Now I'm going to lay this here. I want you guys to take a look at this, because I want you to tell me what your thoughts would be if I take this black and then back that behind and then put the white on it. Can you see? I'll turn it up. Is that going to be too much? Doing that down there and then this up here. And then this is going to be where it's going to have the be sewn in. You're not going to see that much. What we thinking? It really keeps up that black and gold, all of her color vibes, doesn't it? Because the other thing, you know, I could do is if I found like a little sticker or something, that, or a little flower with the little pink rose. But I'm really trying my best to keep this thin, so I don't want anything really chunky on here. But I do kind of like that. But what do you think? Let's see. I'll let you give your... Lori says she loves it. Awesome, Blossom. Okay. All right. That's what we'll do. It kind of has that that theme that has the... You know, with the black hose. You know what I'm thinking of right now? I'm thinking of that lamp with the leg lamp. That's what's making me think of. Oh my gosh. Kind of a rogue. Isn't that what's going on? Oh my gosh, Celeste. Well, that's what it's kind of reminded me of here. So let's get these pieces on. Now that would have been funny if I would have had a little picture of that on there, wouldn't it have? Oh my goshers. Okay, I'm going to put my hot glue up here, and we'll tag this little guy down. And just kind of like that. Okay, because it's got a flat side there, I want it to go kind of flat against there. Okay. There's that one. And then this one here, I'm not going to put the I'm going to leave the ribbon piece sticking out a little bit because I kind of like that. Let's see, go up this way. Okay. And we've got that put on. And then I think that's all I'm going to put on this for now. So like, you know, I could put a little piece of the, you know, I always say that to you guys, don't I? I always say that to you. That this is going to be the last piece I'm going to put on, and then I add it. Because I think when my mouth says that, it makes my brain work. That's what I'm thinking. It kicks my brain into gear when I open my mouth. You make me smile every time I watch you. Oh, Cheryl, thank you, hon. Thank you, thank you. The Christmas Story. Yes, Lori. Laura says, maybe add a pink thread nest on that. Oh, shoot. Yes. Do I have any pink thread? Let me see. Because if I don't, I'm going to make some here. Because I love that idea. Here's a piece of Chanel that was pink. And I can take this and get some threads out of it. Let's see if it'll let me go that far. I love my thread puddles. You know that, don't you? You know that. Here's a pink that could maybe we could put in there. Kind of like this. Are you thinking? And then if I lay my little pearl, I think I like that. That was a great idea, Laura. Oh, great idea. Thank you. Thank you, thank you. So let me put her in. And I'll do it down here towards this part of it. And I just took some trims off of some lace that I actually had. But I'm going to scrumple them up to make kind of like a nesty rosette piece. Okay, and we're going to put that on there. Okay, and then we're going to make sure it's down. Now, what I could do, and I don't know, let's just see. I'm not going to use this whole thing because this is going to go in my other journal I've got out. But what if I take one of my little flat pearls and we put this in here and it kind of makes it look a little bit like either a rose or a nesty. Yeah, how cute. Do you not just have so much fun when you guys get to do things, make these things? Okay, Angie. Oh my goodness, Angie's got to go put up a mini donkey, you guys. Now, how many of you are going to have to leave to go put up a mini donkey? That's a pretty good excuse there, Angie. Do you know what's really funny? Is that this is going to Lisa Boone, who actually has mini donkeys. Now, what are the chances of that? Angie and Dina. Lisa. I've got Dina on my mind. Can I tell you why? Because right before I started, look what I pulled out of my stash. You guys know Dina, you know, right? So, anyway, so there we've got that. And then we could put... Let's see, I don't know that I want to put any more because it's going to be smashed up against another signature. So I think I'm going to just leave those touches for now. Maybe. Okay, hang on. Hang on, ladies. I'm going to put that piece of strip ecru, creamy colored flat lace right down the middle here. Good, that put out a big gunker. A bigger gunker than I was wanting. Okay. Yeah, this will look really pretty on there. It's not too much. It's very soft and neutral. So if I stick it under there, and we'll bring it over this way a little bit, and I'll bring it up under there. And put that down. Okay. Okay. That'll just add a little bit on there to kind of even that out. Okay, let's put that away, shall we? Before I end up making it this thick. Okay, next one. Hi, Jill. How are you? Welcome in. Welcome in, friend. Okay, so then on the inside cover here, all I did for this, and I'm going to leave this for her to have some writing space, but I took some of my pink ink and I just kind of did some little dabbing to give a little bit of pink in there. Okay, so that'll be a writing space for her to have. Then we're going to come over here, and remember we did this the other day, so what I did out of that cover piece after we got off is I just had some extra, and I just took this, and this is going to be some more writing space. So let me get the corner rounded on that. And that gives her quite a bit of space in there, or she can put pictures inside of this. That would look really cute as well. Okay, get my little inker out again. Oh, thank you. I am excited. I am excited, but I am really tired today. So, the really nice thing about it is that I can make my hours, let them know pretty much, you know, so I thought I'd try a full 8 hour to see how I did. And actually, I didn't do too bad. My foot